Hello guys, if today is your first day of coming across my video, you are welcome to become a part of the family. Introduction to Canva graphic design. A lot of people have jumped into Canva and other mobile graphic design tools, and today they are earning right from the comfort of their home. I recently tried to interview a few people for a graphic design role, and the prices they call, they are what? It's ridiculous. And this is just for a remote role. And that's the need for this video. This is what necessitated that I do this video, because I feel like a lot of you can work from the comfort of your home and you can make much money that will take care of you. All right. So I am going to take you through step by step how to become a graphic designer. And this is going to be a series. So when you're done with series 1, look for 2, look for 3, look for 4, look for 5. I'm taking you from the beginner level to a professional level where you can accept designs from all corners. And when you are comfortable with Canva, then we can move to Photoshop. Then you are able to do vector designs, right? So you can turn drawings and drawings to graphic, to vectors, okay? But we are starting with Canva, introducing you to Canva, and you can do this with either your laptop or your mobile phone. But for today's video, I am using a laptop. That's a desktop version of Canva to do this. And for desktop Canva, you don't need to download the app. All you need to do is just to go to your browser and type canva.com. Once you type canva.com, you will be able to sign up to Canva. Once you sign up, then you can sign in and you should have a similar interface like what I have now. Using your mobile phone, the same thing, go to canva.com. Once you sign up, go to your Play Store and download, or your iOS store and download the Canva app. So it comes with this logo you are seeing here, and download the Canva app. And once you download, you should have a similar interface. Okay, now I want to take us from a beginner level, from someone that knows nothing about Canva and wants to jump into graphic design and start making money as a graphic designer, either as a freelancer or working for a company. And today people introduce themselves as Canva designer, and it's okay, provided you are giving us a design. You mustn't use Photoshop, you mustn't use CorelDRAW to do your designs. Provided you are giving us a design, all we need is the result. This simple thing I do here is done with Canva, as you can see. It's done with Canva. So we are going to see how we can walk through Canva, and at the end of the day, how we can do simple designs using Canva. All right. I hope that is clear. Let's start. So first, I'm going to just introduce us to how do you start your design. And when you open the interface of your Canva, it looks somewhat like this. The professional way of starting up your design is to look for what you want to create. So here where they say create a design, you want to click here, and here you can search for what you want to create. Now, the standard for marketing design, if you are designing for social media, the standard is 1080 by 1080 pixels. Now, just to mention, this is a free Canva tool. We also have the Pro Canva tool, but because I'm doing this for beginners, I am starting with the free tool, and when we progress, I can then introduce us to the professional tool, which is not expensive. So if you are seeing this from Nigeria, you can get this for as low as the professional tool for life, as low as 5,000 naira. So you'll be added to a particular group where we jointly pay for it. So you are not taking the bulk of the payment, because if you want to pay it the bulk, it's actually going to be heavy on you. So you can get it for 5,000 naira. That's a professional Canva layout for 5,000 naira, and you're able to make use of all elements, all pictures, all fonts, right, for your designs. All right. But for now, trust me, you can build professional designs tools with the free version, which you will see in the course of this video. Professional designs, well, good looking designs with the free tool. So like I say, start with the free tool. When you're comfortable and you think you want the professional tool, then you can get the professional tool. Now for social media designs, it's always 1080 by 1080 pieces. So it's like a square post, 1080 by 1080 pieces. So you can see here, this where it says Instagram post square, 1080 by 1080 pieces. So if you are designing for Instagram post, it's 1080 by 1080 pieces. But if you are designing for Instagram reels or Instagram story or Facebook reels or Facebook story, then you go for the 1920 by 1080 or 1080 by 1920 pieces. So this means that the height is 1920 and the width is 1080. So this fits into the story for Facebook, for Instagram, for TikTok, for Twitter or X. It fits into the story or reels for it, okay? And what if you want to design something for a document, like an A4 document or A5 document? You just come to the search bar and look for A4. So you can have A4 portrait or A4 landscape. So landscape is when you turn the paper and then the width is the width side is at the top. So that is the landscape. So you can either use the portrait if you are doing, for instance, you are doing something like a company profile, or you are doing a letterhead for a company. You can use the A4 portrait for it. So if you want to do like A5, maybe you are doing a flyer, you can just type A5 and you can use this for the flyer. So this is the standard for the flyers you see out there, is A5 size. So you can use the A5 size for the flyer, or you can just do 14.8 by 21 cm and it will still give you the same size as A5. So the best or the fastest way is just to type A5 and it will give you that. What if you are doing something for YouTube, maybe like a YouTube thumbnail? So you can just type YouTube and then it will give you different YouTube sizes. All right, so here is YouTube thumbnail. So you can just tap on this and you're able to create your YouTube thumbnail. Okay, so but for today, we are going to do the Instagram square post, which is 1080 by 1080 pieces. So we just tap on it and then it will open a new Canva for us, a layout with a Canva for us. Great. So here we want to simply do a design and then we'll just walk through this. Now, this interface where my cursor is, this is where you do your design. This is where you do your design. This is where all your designs come in. All right. Now, how do I start designing? First, everything here at the left-hand side are the tools you are going to be needing to do your design here. Everything here are the tools you are going to be needing to do your design. So meaning that here, this place is controlled by here. So if I tap on element, you see that here it will change. If I tap on text, this preview will change, but it does not change this. If I tap on brand, this preview will change. If I tap on uploads, it will change. Drawing, it will change. All right. So this is actually where you have a lot of work to do. Here. You need to study this. And just like the names imply, they are pretty simple. Major things you're going to be using here are going to be your upload, the text, elements, and designs. Designs, element, text, and uploads. These are the major things you'll be needing. Then maybe projects. So projects, if you want to, you have different companies you're working for, different brands you're working for, and you want to make sure that each brand have their file where you put all their logos, their images and all that. You can just make sure you segment it here under projects, which we will cover in our coming videos. So now this is our Canva and this is our element bar where we can pick any tool and use it to work. For instance, we want to do a simple drawing. a simple design, sorry. Let's say thank God it's Friday design. Yeah. So here I want us, this is a plain Canva, and here is showing that is a plain background, a plain background, no color on it. Yeah. So here we want to pick our text tool for our design. So I'll just come to text and tap on text, and here I can pick, if I want to write the heading text, so I can pick this, or subheading, or the body text. Or you can also pick from pre-made text like all this. So the ones with the crown are for pro version, so you have to look for the one without the crown if you must use the pre-made text. So you have to look for the ones like this one, like this one, like this ones that doesn't have the crown, so these ones are free, you can use them, but the one with the crown you can't use them because they're pro version. Okay, so let's just pick a random text here. So I'm going to pick the body text. Yep. And I will just type here. So let me zoom this out. I'll just type here TGIF, something like that. Now, if you notice something, immediately we bring this here, you see that we have a top bar now. See, before now there was no top bar, but if you bring any element, we'll have a top bar that we can, that element, this top bar is telling us that we can play around with this element using everything you have here. We can play around with this element here using everything we have here. So now we have text. Since we have text, you can see here is text color. Make the text bold, italics, underline the text, strike through the text, change from lower to uppercase or uppercase to lower, alignment, text alignment, bullet list, spacing, text effect, animation, position, transparency, and then the lock. So, and then you can also change your font style if you want. You can also change your font size and all that. Now, let's pick another element and see if there's going to be a difference. So let's pick under element, we go to element and we pick a shape, a square shape. Now, pay attention. Now, when we bring our square shape now, we have all this also to work with using our square shape, right? But what if we bring in an image? If we bring in an image, definitely it will look different, because an image, you don't need the font style for image. So let's bring in an image. Let me just go to my uploads and bring in an image. All right, so under my upload, I have brought out an image. Now, if we tap on this image, you see that we don't have a lot of this we have when we use either our shape. Now, this shape, why it's looking like this, because you can, if you double tap at the middle of this shape, you can type inside the shape. Yeah, that is why you can still have all this, because you can decide to change the font style. Now, but if you tap on image, you see that you have just this, the positioning, you have the transparency, the mirror style, the lock, animation, and just to say, animation, you don't need it for graphics, you need it for videos. And then you have the border style, you have info, then you have flip, and then you have edit photo. All right, so when you have any element here, it will bring a top bar telling you that, oh, with this top bar, you can walk around with this element that you have inside the Canva. Now, if that is clear, let's move on. So here, let's tap back. So before you can work with any element, you need to make sure you tap on that element. All right, you need to make sure you tap on that element. Now, this particular sign you see here is to rotate your element. You can turn your element around. But before we do that, let me just increase the font size of the element. So whatever we are doing, we're able to see it very well. Okay, so let's tap on this and let's increase the font size to say 32 is still small. So let's increase it some more. We can increase it from here, or you can just only type the number. So let's say 100. Yes, okay. Fine, so this is big enough for now. So with this sign, once you tap on it, with this sign, you can rotate your text around, or your element, whatever element you have inside the Canva here. So this whole area is called Canva, is the Canva of your design. All right, you can rotate around, and as you're rotating, you can look at the number. It has number, so if it's at 0, that means it's straight again. You can rotate it to 180, you can rotate it to 90 degrees, you can rotate it to 45 degrees, you can rotate it to any degrees at all that you want to rotate it to. Okay, now you can also delete it from here. So when you tap on delete, it will go. Then I will just do Ctrl Z on my keyboard to bring it back. All right, you can also duplicate this thing you have here. So we can tap here and we're able to duplicate it and move it, so you see we've duplicated it. So you can, let's delete this on back, and then you have more option here. You can align to page, you can show the timing at it to come out. You learn all that as we go along. Okay, so let's start with this and say we want to do this simple design. I want this design, this TGIF, to be a bit bigger than this. So what I'm going to do is to tap on TGIF. I'll hold down the shift key and the alt key in my keyboard. First, let me centralize this. So here is at the center. You see the center line. So this and this, they are aligned, or like we say, you can center align it from here. So just go here and then align it to page, either to the center or to the bottom. So you see it's already aligned to center and middle. But if you want to align it maybe to the left, you can move it to the left. All right, but I want it to be at the center and at the middle, something like this. Great. So here I want to resize this, and to resize this, first I'm going to hold down my shift key, then hold my alt key or command key if you are using Mac. So I'm holding down my shift key and my alt key, and here, sorry, if you're using Mac, is option key. So hold down my shift key and my alt key, and I will just, from here at the top here, I will drag this like this, not from here, right? Not from here, but from the top, that is the side, either here or here or here. All right, so shift and alt, and then I will just drag. See what's happening? I am dragging it, but it's adjusting on both sides because I am holding down my alt key. Now if I'm holding down just my shift key, see what's going to happen? So it's going one direction, and that's not what I want, because I want it to remain at the center. So let's do Ctrl Z, and I will hold down my shift key and my alt key again, and I will drag this to somewhat like this. Okay, beautiful enough. So now we have our TGIF here. Now the next thing I want us to do is to color our page, our Canva. I want our design to have a bit of color. So what do? We just go to tap on the Canva like this. Just tap on anyone the Canva. You see that it's highlighted. Then here we'll go to background color. Tap on the background color, and I want to give this maybe a blue color, somewhat like this, a blue color. Just follow me, pay attention. Now we'll have a blue color. So what I want to do next is to tap on this blue color, yeah, and then here we can see the hexagonal color, hexagonal code of this blue color. So if you want to copy it, you can just copy it and reuse it in your design, inside your design, yeah. So we'll have a blue color. Now if I tap on this blue color, pay attention guys, if I tap on this blue color, we'll have the gradient, and then we'll have the solid color. So if I tap on the gradient here, you see that it has given a gradient feel by giving us a second color added to our blue color. I don't know if that makes sense. If it's on solid color, then it's going to be just one color. You can shift it. If that shade of blue is not what you want, you can just shift it around until it gives you the shade of blue that you want. But I want it to be a very dark blue, somewhat like this. Okay, now let's go to gradient, and here we can also change this. Let's say we don't like this particular color with this particular color mixture, we want something else. So we can just tap inside this color, and then we can shift, the look and feel of that color. We can also drag this here. Maybe that's not the color we're looking for, we need a different color. Then we can just move this and then move around to fit into that color that we want. Okay, so okay, So let's leave the color at that for the gradient. And so this is like an eyedropper tool, so you can use this to pick out colors that you will use if you want. Okay. Okay. Now, pay attention. Now, once you choose your two colors that you want to use, the next thing you will see is the different styles. All right, so you can either say, oh, I don't want the this color to be on this end, I want it to be on this end. Then you can just change, the style and see if that fits in better for you. So you have different styles there you can just look at and see which one fits in better. So Canva is just trying to give you options to make sure that your design is being beautified. All right, so let's pick what we think is best. I think I love this one, so we can just keep this style. Okay, now what is the next thing we need to do? The next thing we need to do in creating this design is to have a logo, right? Because we are working for a company and this design is for Thank God It's Friday, is to have a logo. So I will go to uploads. I'll go to upload. Now you can upload a file from your phone or from your desktop here. So just tap here, locate where the file is, and you can upload it here. I already have uploaded image, so I will just use this as my logo. Okay. So I have this as my logo. Now, this comes with a white background, and I don't want the white background. I don't want the white background. But with the free version, I cannot remove the background from here. So here, this is supposed to be background remover. All right, this is supposed to be background remover. But if you look here, you can see here it says BG remover, background remover. But we cannot remove the background. All right. So I will then introduce us to a tool, an external tool for now, since you are using the free version, an external tool that will help you to remove the background. Okay. So here, what I will do is, first of all, let me just make this really big. I need to save this to my desktop, then I can introduce us to the external tool that we can use to remove background. So let me just save this. How do I download this to my desktop? So I just want to save just the second page, page 2 here, this page. So I'll go to share. Under share, I will go to download. And under download, I want it to download as PNG. And I cannot use transparent background because it's under pro version. So I will just come here, select pages. I want to select just page 2. Just page 2 alone is what so I have to unselect this and select page 2. And here I will tap on download and it will download. So once it's finished downloading, I should see it on my desktop. So it's done downloading. So what I will do now is to go to Google and type remove BG. Remove BG, that is remove background. Okay, enter. Remove BG, it's trying to waste our time. Let's use the search and see. Okay, maybe we should use let's use a different browser. So I think that would be faster for us. Remove BG, yeah. So this is the website, remove BG. So we tap on it. The first link that you see, remove BG. And here we can upload our image here. Okay. So this is our image that we just downloaded. We can just upload it here. And it will remove the background of this image for us. So you see the background has been removed. So just tap on download. It will download back to our desktop. So it's downloaded. So let's go back to our tool, and here let's go. So we can delete this. There's no need for this again. This second page, we can delete this and go back to our design. So here we have to go to upload now and then upload this NTS logo that we've removed the background. So go to downloads from our computer and then we can upload this. So you see it's trying to upload. It's done uploading. So we tap on it, just tap on it and you have it on your Canva. So voila, you see that now it comes without the background. All this going around it will remove the background is because we are using a free tool, but it's okay. It still gives us whatever Canva is going to give us. It's just that it takes a longer time to get that. Okay, so now we have our logo here. So I love to place my logo either here or at the middle of my design, but let's place it here. Fine, we have our logo, we have our TGIF. Okay, but this design is still looking a bit boring, right? It's still looking a bit boring. So let's touch up this design a bit. We've used the upload tool, we've used the test tool. Like I said, upload, test, element, and design are the major tools you'll be using. Others, you will use them, but not as much. So let's go to our elements now. And under our element, I want us to pick a square. All right. Now we'll pick a square. And so how do you pick a square? Just tap on it and you have it on your Canva. And here I just want to stand here and resize this. Okay. I want to have something like this. And I want to place it here. Yes. And then I will stand here, tap on it, stand here, and I will drag it all the way down like this. Now pay attention, guys. So I also want us to have change the color of this a bit, so we don't have just one color. Let's change it to a bit of gradient color. So we'll tap on the color here of the shape. So we're tapping on the shape. Make sure anything you want to work with, you need to tap on it first. Tap on the shape, then go to our color and then give the color, our color, this gradient shape. Okay, but what I want is that I want this part to be here and this part to be here. So we can easily do that by just using our tool to rotate it like this, right? Our rotating tool, so that we can have it like this. So this is what I want, okay? Now, here, I want us to have a border for this, our shape, right? So tap on it, we'll tap on it, and then we'll go to border styles, and here we just give it a border width of 1 and see how it looks like. Okay, now we are not seeing it, we are not seeing the border, so let's give it border width, let's give it 2 and see. So now we can see that we have a border width of black, but I want this border width to be white. So we'll go to border color at the top here, and then I'll give it a white color, something like that. I don't want it to be shouty, so just something like that, that will just make you know that, oh, there's something here. Maybe let's increase this to 3. Okay, now tapping on it, we can also, if we go back to border style, we can say, okay, we want to have border corners. So if we have border corners, you can see that we have corners here, but I don't want us to put that in our design for this particular design, just trying to show us how that works. So let's remove the border corners. Okay, so we have this at our footer. So the next thing I want us to do is to write our contact details, company contact details here. So how do we do that? We'll go and pick our text tool and then pick the body text tool, and here let's just increase the font size to maybe 21. I can zoom this in so that you see it better, and let's say our company name is NTS. So our Instagram handle is NTSNG or .ng. NTS.ng is our Instagram handle. So I want to duplicate this. I will just hold down my Alt key, then hold this down and drag to duplicate, right? Just hold down Alt key, then hold your text and drag it to duplicate. Or you can simply just come here and then go to duplicate and duplicate, okay? So here, let's say our phone number is +2347055 this. So let's just make it professional. This, and this. Okay, somewhat like that. And let's also have our email address as ntsng@gmail.com. Okay, so these are just our basic contact information. Oh, this is supposed to be NTS, not TNS. NTS. Okay, our basic contact information. And what I want us to do now is to place this here. All right, try to place them on a straight line. So let me zoom this a bit so that you see how this works. Now I want to make sure this is aligned. So you can see the 3 lines here showing that, oh, it's aligned, right? The top, the middle, and the bottom. Same thing here. I want everything to be aligned. Yep, it's aligned. Then I also want it to be aligned to here. So let's go here, and I want to say evenly space. All right, so I'll just tidy it up and say evenly space, somewhat like this. So the space is even from here to here to here is even. Okay. All right, so the next thing I want us to do is to put so let's change the font color. I want this font color to be white so that it will be well pronounced. So we tap on, so what I just did now is to tap on this, hold down my shift key, tap on this, hold down my shift key, and tap on this, so that I can easily change the font color at once, not changing one. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is to go back to our element, and here we can search for anything, but we want to search for Instagram logo. Let's see. Okay, so let's say Instagram icon. Let's see if we can have a free one to use. We should have a free one that we can use. So this is free, so we can use this one. So we just tap on it. So let's search for something else. Let's search for telephone icon or phone icon. We should have a free one also to use. Let's see. Yes, this is free. We can use that. And the next one we'll search for is let's search for our email. So let's search for email. So we can just go to email icon, this one, and let's pick a free one. We should have a free one here. So let's pick this. Good. So now we have our 3 icons. What I want to do now is to just hold down my shift key, tap on the email, tap on call, and Instagram, and I want to resize everything down at once. So I will hold down my shift key and resize them. Now, why you do this is because you want all the icons to come in the same size. If not, if you resize them one after the other, you might have issues with it. Okay. So now we have our icons here, and the next thing we want to do is to change the colors. So you see that they have different colors. So we want our icons to come with same color, and maybe the white color is okay. Let's see, or maybe let's do something green just to make it shouty a bit, just to pronounce it. So let's do green. How does that look? I think it's okay. Let's do green here too. So we just change this to green, and then let's also change this black to green, somewhat like that. Yep, somewhat like that. Okay. So let's place this. So this is for call. We take this here. This is for Instagram. We take this here, and this is for email. We take this here. So the next thing we want to do is to hold everything. So our Instagram just with the shift key down, and then right click. So we're going to right click this. All right, so let's just tidy it up. Now we can, it's looking a bit far from here, so we can just shift it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I'm just using the arrow key to shift that to make sure it's a bit closer. So that's 25. We do the same here. 25. We do the same here. 25. Good. All right, so our design is already coming together. The next thing I want us to do, our design is still looking a bit plain, so I want us to, add a bit of effect to our text. So we'll tap on our text here, and we'll go to effects, and here I want us to add echo to it. All right, so just tap in echo, you see what our design look like. But let's go ahead and style it. So here the offset is looking too big. I want us to reduce the offset to somewhat like this. Okay, and the direction, I want us to yep, so that should be okay with the direction. You can play around with this. There's no one size fits all to this. You can just play around with this. So I think that looks cool for me. So you see that our text has a bit of echo around it. Okay, now our design is set. So this design looks simple but classy. But let's add something to this. Let's go to our element, and then we want us to look for lens flare. So lens flare, yeah, this. Okay, so for lens flare, I want us to just add a bit of light to our design. So this is the pro version, so I have to look for the one that is free. Let's see if I can get something that is free that we can use. Okay, so let's this is what I wanted, but it's not free, so let's try this and see. Let's try this. Okay, this looks cool. This looks cool, so I want to put this here on this T just to give it a bit of effect. Yeah, something like that. And then this other one, if we try to, you see that it's under the TGIF. Control Z to return this. So now we have to talk about positioning. So I want to be able to get access to this light. So what I need to do is to just tap anywhere on any element on the Canva, then go to position, and from position under arrangement, I'll go to layers here, tap on layers, and here we can see the light. So this is the light we are looking for. So here we're able to see the light, and then we can work with the light. So what I wanted to do with this light is to make sure it's looking too shouty. I want to reduce the opacity, so I will go to transparency. But you know that before you can reduce the transparency, you need to be able to click on that element you want to work on. Like I said, any element you want to work on Canva, in Canva, you need to make sure you select that element first. So we've selected it, so now we can go to the transparency tool, sorry, and then you can reduce the opacity to somewhat like this. So you see, if you look at it, you see that the opacity is being reduced. Okay, so we have that. So our design is looking beautiful, I think. So let's just put in some text, and let's increase the font size. And here we can just say, thank God it's Friday. Thank God is Friday. So let's say, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Okay, so let's take this here, let's have it there, and let's see it as white color. Yep, it makes sense. So yeah, we have our beautiful Thank God It's Friday design. And the beauty about Canva is that you can do as many designs as possible with a template. So let's say we want to do a similar design, and we tap on another page. You see, it comes with the background, which is beautiful. So we don't need to create the background from the beginning. So here, I just want us to have something. So let's go to element and just type Thank God It's Friday, or TGIF, and see. So you see that we have different preset graphics for TGIF. So let's go to graphics. So you see, we have all this, so you can use the free one if you want for your designs, and then you can just style it. Or we can have an image and say, we want to do a Thank God It's Friday design for maybe a company. So we can just type in something, let's say, so let's just give it from our element, let's give it a prompt of what we want. A lady happy in the office, or a happy lady in the office, okay? And then let's search. Let's go to photos, okay? So we have a few here, but let's see if we can have anyone that is free. All these are paid for. So let's see if we can have any free ones. So yeah, we have one, we have two. Which do we go for? Let's go for this. Okay. So now we have this image. Now this image also comes with a background. So you can decide to either remove the background to work with it, or you can just make this the background. So I'm just going to right click here on the image and then replace background with the image. So we'll have something like this. But I think the image is not well placed. So what I will do is to just do Ctrl Z to bring it back. So what then I want to do, pay attention guys, is to just drag this image and try to reset the background myself. And then shift it down a bit. I need that space up. Now, what we do is to duplicate this image. So I will just hold my shift key and drag this image up so that I can duplicate it. Then here, I will stand down here and crop this image like this. Okay. So here, I am able to have just the up part of this image because I want to make sure that I fill this up part with similar style. So somewhat like this, you see, almost unnoticeable. So I'll just duplicate this and do it again, and duplicate. So this is what we have. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure it looks beautiful. Okay guys, so now we have that. Now this is not looking. Control C. Yeah, fine. So we have this now. So we can use the up side here to put our text to make sure that our design is looking very beautiful. We're still going to do Thank God It's Friday design. So here we just, go back to our uploads and then tap here on the Canva and bring in our logo. So remember, this is our logo. I'm bringing our logo here, and let's place our logo here and just resize it somewhat like this. Okay. So now I want to duplicate this logo. Just hold down my Alt key. I want to have this logo like a watermark somewhere here. And so I will just make it transparent, tap on the logo and reduce the transparency to have it somewhat like this. So looking like this is the wall in the office, and then we'll have our logo, somewhere on the wall in the office. So the next thing we need to do is to write our Thank God It's Friday test. So let's use the subheading, and we're just going to say Thank God It's Friday. Thank God It's Friday. Okay, so let's resize our image. So we can just hold our image here, drag it, or we can just resize it from here. Okay. So Thank God It's Friday. Something like that. And our contact. So we can copy our designs like this. Just copy everything, hold down your shift key. So I want to group this so that I'm able to move them. So if I copy this, I can just come and stand here and tap on paste, and it will be pasted exactly where I want it to be. So you see, that's easy and that's simple. But this is not what I want us to do in this video. Let's just design this all over again. Okay, so I'll just do Control Z, and here we'll go back to our elements. I'm sure you're already getting used to this. You go back to our elements, and from here we'll pick our shape tool, and we have something like this. So here I want us to have our contact details. I don't want to have it down here. I want us to have our contact details up here. So I will just drag this to the edge here. Okay, and let's change this color to white, and let's change the border. So let's give it 4, and then change the color so that we're able to see it, the color of our border. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, we change this to 4 so that we can change the color of our border, and I want us to change it to green, somewhat like that. Okay, beautiful. So then the next thing I want us to do is to go to our elements and then get our email icon, get our telephone icon, and then we also get our Instagram icon. Let us to get our Instagram icon. So this is where you can get icons, either your location icon, map icon, any icon you want to use at all. So let's go ahead, and so we'll go to position, then we will just hold down your shift key and hold the 3 icons so that we can resize the 3 icons at the same time, somewhat like that. Okay, great. So here let's just change the colors. So I want them to have green colors also, green. I'm doing this all over so that you can get used to it. And green. Okay, now let's bring our text tool, and then we'll just write our Instagram, our phone number, and then our email. So let's increase this to 21, and here we'll write our Instagram, nts.ng is our Instagram handle, and let's write our duplicate, and let's write our phone number 0704 567 8909. Okay, let's duplicate this again, holding our Alt key, and then write our email ntsng@gmail.com, something like that. Okay, great. Okay, I feel like we can reduce this some more. Let's see, so that it's not looking too big. Okay, so let's just paste this around and tidy it up. Okay, so phone number, email. So hold your shift key and then just select everything here, and we'll go to alignment. So let's just tidy it up like this. Beautiful. Okay, but I want this to be a bit closer, so I'll just do like, use my arrow right and do like 5 movement, 1 2 3 4 5, something like that. 1 2 3 4 5, something like that, and 1 2 3 4 5, something like that. Okay, beautiful. I feel like this box is a bit bigger, so let's hold our shift and alt key and just reduce the size of this box like that. Great, great, great. All right, so you see that we've been able to just do simple designs using our CorelDRAW free tool, and introducing you to everything on the Canva interface. So in less than 1 hour, you are able to design beautiful Thank God It's Friday flyer. for a client. Now, in the next series, we're going to see how we can design more difficult things and see how we can use other tools to complement our work. All right. Thank you for watching series 1 of this particular Canva mobile and desktop graphic design tutorial. Join the series 2 and see you at the very top when you start making money using your Canva team. All right. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to like. God bless you.